Welcome to Tita Talks. My name is Sonia Tita Puopolo, and I'm your host. It is a great privilege and pleasure to welcome Lynne and C. Victor Brick. Lynne and Victor are international fitness experts who founded Brick Bodies, their first health club, in 1985. They became one of the first Planet Fitness franchisees in 2008 and are the owners of PF Growth Partners, LLC, an award-winning franchise division of Planet Fitness. In fact, as one of the largest franchisees in the Planet Fitness franchise, they own over 70 health clubs located in the United States and Australia. Victor is not only CEO of Planet Fitness Growth Partners, but also chairman of the John W. Brick Mental Health Foundation. And in September 2020, the Global Wellness Summit, the invitation-only international gathering that brings together leaders and visionaries to positively shape the future of the $4.5 trillion global wellness economy, appointed Victor to its 12-person advisory board. He helped to launch the first in a series of the Global Wellness Summit Wellness Master Classes, inspired by the pandemic, managing cash flow during the coronavirus crisis. Lynne and Victor are a winning wellness team, and in fact, just recently received the 2020 Global Wellness Summit Debra Simon Leader in Mental Wellness Award for their efforts in promoting mental wellness. And today, we're talking about the healing power of wellness, a self-care tool for you. Welcome to Tita Talks, Lynne and Victor.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us on.
We're so delighted to have you. What did you and your family, including your two children, John, who I understand is in the tech industry, and Vicky, who is now the CEO of Brick Bodies, do to care for yourself at home in Miami Beach, Florida, during the coronavirus pandemic quarantine? And what are you doing now as we move forward? And how has COVID-19 affected your work and creative process?
Well, we really have two homes, one in Maryland, which is where our headquarters is, which was our, and now Miami Beach. And one of the first things, we knew that it would be a while, that this was not a short-term proposition. And so one of the first things we did was try to make each house totally self-contained. So we have workout equipment in each house. We have a workspace in each house that we dedicated as opposed to just makeshift. And we made it so that if we were quarantined in either place, and for the longest time, because the weather was great in Maryland in the spring, they have beautiful springs, and of course early summers, and it's a much bigger house with a pool, and a basketball court, and a tennis court, and we quarantined there. But as the weather turned, we've been quarantining more in Florida, and the same thing. It's not as big a house, but we made it so that we have everything we need, and we're self-sufficient.
Wonderful. And we're living in unprecedented times with the global COVID-19 pandemic, social unrest, and environmental catastrophes. Yet with the right tools, including resilience and so forth, we can reset and forge a new pathway forward. What is the best way to use this time as a reset? And can you walk us through and tell us, what does resetting the world with wellness look like?
Well, okay, so resetting the world with wellness, really, I have to put on my nursing hat. I'm a former shock trauma nurse from Baltimore, the first trauma unit that was designed in the world. And through the process of working there many years ago, as well as the words that we hear every flight attendant remind us of every time we board an aircraft, is to make sure you put your oxygen mask on first, so that, before you help anyone else. Well, that simple act of taking care of yourself, self-care, is really important to do every single day, so that you have the energy, the stamina, the resilience to not only help yourself, but also then therefore help others. So it's really important to take the time to pause, stop, pause, and listen to the silence and be aware of being aware and focusing on all the things that help serve you to move your wellness journey forward.
In an unstable environment, you can get totally disoriented and literally be paralyzed in inactivity because you don't know what to do. So one of the things you need to do is try to maintain a sense of stability and normalcy. There's been a lot of talk about pivoting and change, but in reality, as much as possible, you want to kind of hunker down and settle in and develop a routine. And so one of the things we did was to develop personal routines, but we developed business routines, and the routines, they went from in-person meetings and in-person schedules to Zoom meetings and phone calls, but it was on a schedule, and we maintained our workout routine on a schedule, and we decided on where blocks of time. That the tendency is, well, I got nothing to do all day, I can do anything I want, and at the end of the day, you've done nothing. So we would block times where we would have personal development. Lynne got back into tennis. I got back into Qigong. We've been doing a lot of reading. And you can't do this if you don't schedule it.
Absolutely.
So you want that rock of, that anchor of routine in your life.
Our philosophy is that true self-care relies on utilizing all 4 pillars of a healthy lifestyle: exercise, nutrition, rest, healing, and mindfulness meditation. This is our formula for health, happiness, and longevity. And when these 4 pillars are in alignment, we achieve harmony and equilibrium. What is your daily wellness routine, and what self-care tools do you use on a daily basis?
So I was going to let Lynne go first on this.
Okay.
I got to go first. She looked at me because she knew I was going to bogart.
Exactly.
Bogart, because I have developed, proudly I might add, the big 5. Now, if you've ever gone on safari to Africa, they tell you to look for the big 5: the elephant, the rhinoceros, the water buffalo, the lion, and the leopard. I don't know why the hippo's not in there, but he's not. So anyway, those are the big 5. You go on safari. Victor Brick has his own big 5. Get up in the morning, go down to the beach, do my Qigong. Usually get up in the morning, take my cold shower from Wim Hof, the Iceman. Take my cold shower. Do my Qigong down on the beach, meditation and getting in balance. Do some type of cardiovascular or strength workout, traditional old Victor Brick gym guy program. 4th is do infrared sauna. Infrared sauna helps with inflammation. Inflammation causes chronic pain. Chronic pain causes depression. I could go on and on. Plus it kills pathogens. It aids with a lot of different things. So anyway, we have an infrared sauna. Remember what I said? We set up a compound in each house.
Yeah.
We set up an infrared sauna. We put an infrared sauna in at Maryland.
Wonderful.
We have an infrared sauna here. They're 48 by 52 inches. You literally could stick it in a closet or in a bathroom, which we did. And we take one almost every night. And then I do the Wim Hof breathing late at night. You know, the Wim Hof breathing where you inhale, exhale, and then you hold your breath.
Yeah.
And it gets so that sometimes I'm holding my breath, and the next thing you know, I wake up and it's the morning. That's my big 5. Cold showers.
That is awesome.
Qigong, strength or cardio, infrared sauna, Wim Hof, deep breathing, holding the breath. If I can do my big 5, I've had a good day.
Amazing. And Lynne?
I don't have the big 5, but I do have several things that I prefer to do. I walk on the beach and do my meditation and prayer as I'm walking, my gratitude prayer.
I love that.
And then I also do the cold showers and do the breathing. Sometimes it's not necessarily Wim Hof breathing, but I subscribe to the other type of breathing that James Nestor wrote about in his book, Breath. And in addition to that, I get outside and do something outside, whether it's tennis or some kind of, because I believe in moving. Movement is medicinal, and I believe very strongly in that. And the other thing I like to do is maybe perhaps it's another pillar, is to add laughter every single day. Because whether it's a real laugh or a fake laugh, it doesn't matter. Your body doesn't know the difference.
It's true.
Those happy hormones. So
I gotta say, Lynne looks really phenomenal in those cute little tennis outfits. And she's the best laugh yoga instructor I know. And it's not necessarily know anything about the moves. Her laugh is so infectious. We do a meeting every week with all of our staff to try to maintain the connectivity.
Yes.
And I'll talk about some philosophical thing and tell them how I won the battle at Gettysburg against overwhelming odds or something. and Lynne will do something movement oriented. And anytime she does laugh yoga, everyone starts out all kind of like embarrassed to be laughing while they're doing yoga. And then she starts laughing and everybody starts laughing at her. You know, everybody's doing the laugh yoga.
Which is great.
Which is great. But there's nothing like a Lynne Brick laugh to get you going, I'll tell you that. Not just her going, but the people watching.
Well, let's try it.
That is wonderful. I love it. Have you ever seen The Laughing Club of Bombay? There's a movie and it's a documentary, and they basically talk about the healing power of laughter. And they showed how people literally just go there to laugh. What does the healing power of wellness, a self-care tool for you, mean to you?
So self-care is a new term, just like wellness is a new term, but self-care actually came after wellness. And think of in historically, when you were sick, you got into the health care system.
Yes.
And the health care system is where somebody else took control of your health, be it a doctor, be it a nurse, be it a pharmacist, whatever it is. Self-care is where you take control of your own health and wellness. So the wellness dichotomy or diagram or a graphic should be like a yin and a yang symbol. And one side is self-care and one side is healthcare. And self-care to me is upstream and prevents you, quite frankly, and reduces your need to rely on healthcare. Think about it. People are saying all the time, healthcare is overwhelming the American economy. Nobody's ever saying self-care is overwhelming. Nobody's ever saying jogging is overwhelming or smoking cessation or Alcoholics Anonymous or better diet is overwhelming the American economy. Self-care is the answer. And self-care is at least half, if not more, of the equation.
Right. In addition to that, so many people feel concerned or afraid or not able to really put their oxygen mask on first. So they might need a little help, a personal trainer, a coach, a life coach, someone or a confidant, a friend, someone that can hold them accountable. And that's really the key thrust of self-care. It's about your own personal accountability.
It's self-education. It's seeking professional help.
Science-based evidence shows that the more self-care tools and techniques you have, and the more positive daily habits you embrace, then the more you not only learn about yourself and what works best for you in your life, but the better life you will live. It is about empowering yourself with the skills to live a happier, healthier, and a more harmonious life. I wanted to share an excerpt from my book, Sonia's Ring, 11 Ways to Heal Your Heart. Physical and spiritual well-being is necessary for life and growth. It is what helps to keep us alive, maintains and nourishes love, faith, hope, perseverance, compassion, kindness. All of this is available for you. So reach out and grab what is yours. Is there any particular message that you would like to make sure that we communicate and share with our global audience?
I'd like to close with a story. I'm a storyteller.
Okay.
And Lynne always gets a kick of this because when I was in college, I was going to one school and I ended up chasing my high school girlfriend out to Washington State from the DC area all the way to Washington State. And it didn't work out. The next thing you know, here I am in Washington State all by myself. They're closing the campus for the whole Thanksgiving weekend, week, because you're in the middle of the Palouse Mountains and it's colder than hell and everybody's going home. And I got no place to go. So I was on the track team and there was a football player that I didn't even know. His name was James Green. And he goes, "You can come home with me." I said, where you live? He goes, Seattle. So we take the 5-hour drive to Seattle. And his mother takes me in, treats me like a son. We go to the largest Southern Baptist church in the American Northwest. We got 2,000 people singing, amen. Even I had rhythm that day. The minister goes, and now Brother Lou Rawls. Do you know Lou Rawls, the singer? I mean, he's a world-class singer, older, but world-class. He goes, now Brother Lou Rawls will sing the invocation. And Lou Rawls stands up. It was just a phenomenal experience. And at the end of the week, I'm getting ready to go back to school, and I tried to pay Mrs. James Green, and she refused the money, and she said to me, just pass it on, child, just pass it on.
Wow.
And that's all I've been trying to do ever since, just trying to pass it on. Now, people say pay it forward. I like pass it on better. Just pass it on, child, just pass it on.
That's awesome. And I'm just going to piggyback off that whole concept, because random acts of kindness, such as that, are really a chemical, and they help secrete oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. And those are the feel-good hormones that help you to feel better about yourself. And my last statement is really, self-care is not selfish.
Yes.
Whoa, Lynn Brick has the mic drop, and with that, kaboom.
Oh, I love
That's part of the reason why so many people have issues like focusing on self-care, because they have to constantly give to everyone else.
She's heard that story about me chasing that high school girlfriend out 1,000 times. I've never heard that self-care is not self-care. I've never heard that. That's new. That was new.
Oh, thank you for joining us on Tita Talks, and thank you for discussing the healing power of wellness, a self-care tool for you.
And again, it's a real pleasure.
We're very grateful. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.